Every state writes its own forfeiture rules, and California's are worth studying closely because this state has been both a heavy user of forfeiture and a meaningful site of reform. If you ever want to read the actual law, the spine of the regime lives in the California Health and Safety Code, sections 11,469 through 11,495. Related provisions are scattered through the Penal Code and the Vehicle Code, but health and safety is where you begin. The statute was overhauled in 1994 in response to concerns about overreach, and then again, far more consequentially, in 2016. That 2016 reform, Senate Bill 443, is the turning point. We will give it a full segment of its own. For now, simply register that the California regime as it exists today is the post-SB 443 regime. Everything you read about current practice sits on top of that reform. 4 pillars hold up the California framework. The first is a conviction requirement for most seizures under a set dollar threshold. The state must obtain a criminal conviction before it can permanently keep the property. The second is a higher burden of proof than federal law, clear and convincing evidence for most property, and beyond a reasonable doubt for real estate. The third is a statutory distribution of proceeds, splitting the money among the seizing agency, the prosecuting agency, the state general fund, and specific programs such as drug treatment. And the fourth is mandatory annual reporting to the California Attorney General, which has itself become a real accountability tool. On every one of those 4 dimensions, California is more protective of property owners than federal law. It is not the most protective state in the country. That distinction belongs to New Mexico, which came close to outright abolition. But California sits clearly above the federal floor. Why does the distribution of proceeds matter so much? Because where the money goes drives almost everything else. Even after reform, the seizing agency's share of narcotics-related forfeitures hovers around 65% of the net proceeds. That is substantial, and it means the very agencies deciding whether to seize property are also among the principal beneficiaries of the seizure. Reform narrowed that incentive. It did not erase it. As you will see again and again in this series, the question is never simply what the law forbids. The question is what the law pays for, and in California the law still pays the seizing agency a great deal.